After his short stay in the Valley of the Sun, the Big Diesel has rolled out of the West and into Cleveland. Rolling in is the answer, signing on with the Memphis Grizzlies. Is the former league MVP still good enough to make a difference? And while Kobe and the Lakers come in kings of the conference, is this the year that Greg Oden stays healthy and pushes Portland to the next level?
I think he had a very good summer. He played with the USA basketball team a little bit. This year in training camp, he's looked very good. He's had some very strong games. If he just stays healthy, I think we're seeing more of what he's supposed to be. But if he's not, again, the pressure's number one pick is on him. The guy in the draft right behind him, Kevin Durant, has played so much better that I think a lot of people now would say they would have taken Kevin Durant. So Greg Oden needs to stay healthy and show improvement on both sides of the court.
Answers will begin to emerge when the defending NBA champion Lakers open their season as one of 4 opening night games on October 27th. While Kobe's club is the favorite to repeat, the Lakers may be even better than last year when they paced the Pacific Division with a remarkable 65 wins. That's because they now have the rough-and-tumble Ron Artest. He replaces the athletic Trevor Ariza, who jumped divisions and signed on with the Houston Rockets. One of the league's best defenders, Artest can also score. The nimble 6'7" forward has a career average of more than 16 points per game. And if Artest doesn't test LA's patience, his contributions could help the Lakers to even more success next June.
Now, we don't know if Ron could affect their chemistry. There's always that chance with Ron Artest. But if he does not, if he makes things better in the locker room, he certainly is going to make them better on the court, and they could win a second title.
Division rival Phoenix, which last year won only 46 games, missed the playoffs, and then dealt Shaquille O'Neal to the Cavaliers, will look for a revival led by two-time MVP Steve Nash.
Shaquille O'Neal, obviously, anything you talk about a big trade, and Shaq's involvement's big. Going to Cleveland, they were exposed last year in the playoffs when they had trouble covering Dwight Howard. Shaquille O'Neal, probably with his size, can do that.
In the Southwest Division, after a 54-win season, San Antonio has reloaded and is seeking a return to the finals. 4-time NBA champ Tim Duncan, perhaps the greatest power forward in NBA history, and Manu Ginobili are both healthy. And the Spurs traded for Richard Jefferson, who's averaged nearly 18 points per game over his 8-year career. All in all, the Spurs could have the best shot of wrestling the conference title away from the Lakers.
Tim Duncan was sore at the end of the year. Manu Ginobili was out. Those guys are back to health now, and they had a really good offseason. They got Richard Jefferson in a trade with Milwaukee. They signed Antonio McDyess. So they certainly now are loaded up for a run in the West. I think it comes down to those two teams in the West.
After losing 63 of 82 games last season, the Woeful Clippers might finally be on the rise after taking number 1 overall pick Blake Griffin. However, the former Sooner injured his shoulder playing Summer League ball. That slowed him down somewhat, but Griffin still averaged 14.7 points and 8.5 rebounds per game in the preseason. Not only can the 6'10" forward get his own shot, but the 250-pound forward has a work ethic coaches simply love.
They think what we saw in the summer when he was the MVP of the Las Vegas Summer League is what they're going to see on the court in the fall. And I kind of agree. There's every reason to believe he's going to be good. There are some number 1 picks even who you look at him and you find a flaw or two that could be exposed in the NBA. You don't really see that with Blake Griffin yet, and I'm not sure we will very much.
The Clippers, which had the league's second worst record last year, will need Griffin's help immediately. They face the mighty Lakers as one of 4 games on opening night. Jack Briggs, The Associated Press.